ya nyantechwa emre bia am discover free Europe akoma busuafo wo Ghana no me use tap send no fee mobile money transfer easy convenient fast and sounds so free tua hwe me discover ye mapim tap send entienne also download the tap send app no ewo mobile phone so free na fesika komo abusuafo wo Ghana fa na nyina tap send papa no
everybody check now check it the beat is real don't wait make it kill ya get your green select glucometer and check it sugar level check it green select glucometer check it sugar level for check it reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudo nani etena ka mu kwantin akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa ko sika swane ne mpatamu anase achimota lapa se kosi nsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pe bia. So wo koton ko ade a ene bia wo se wutu mu a eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto. All call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
So I have been reading stories about Kanye West this morning, and I have been asking myself so many questions that why does it always end for some of these people like that? I'm still here thinking about the story of R. Kelly, thinking about the story of comedian Bill Cosby, and now Kanye West. And I know there are many that I have not even mentioned in this particular intro, and I'm just praying for him. I pray for him that whatever mistakes that he has done, he will be able to recover quickly, make amends, and move on in life. Because looking at the way the cancellation culture, or better said, the cancel culture, is eating into his things, but I pray for him. May he receive recovery spirit in Jesus' name. Alright, so on this note, I'm welcoming you to Showbiz Daily here on Sammy Flex TV. And I'm here with my charges. Man like Roland Amati is in the middle today. We are still doing a 3-man squad. Yeah, today too is a 3-man squad. Yeah, this week we are playing more 3-man squad because many people are dispersed. So Roland Amati is here, and Kojo King, the Lion Killer, is also here, aka Fancy Gadam's best friend. He's also here. Now he was telling me, I was listening to you. It is good. So I got what he was saying in Dagban. It meant that Omomuye Makasi fans and haters.
What's it called?
Yeah, Kojo per se. What's it Obia or Makasi fan? Hey, Obia on Pena 17 hour Makasi fan. And that thing is really there in our industry. Yeah. Some people who don't like you, automatically, they just
support
to support one guy to come and attack you. Me, I know. Even personally, I've been feeling it. Some friends of mine who think, oh, they are not cool with me now, we just go and support some people that they think are not cool with me. Last man started. So, Fancy Gadam, shout out to you. Very strong guy. And one of the topics that we'll be looking at this morning is the Fancy Gadam's story, and I will sure be talking about that. I'll sure be talking about that with my people. We are all sorted and seated for us to do our thing. Let me say thanks to the production team, Vegeta Rasta Eskeresi, Richie Flex, Yala PG, and Gideon Neelam Tessin. They are seated for us to do our thing. And for information, we are also coming through London, City of London, UK. We are coming through for Ghana Music Awards UK. So remember to link up. Let's do some connect and see how best we can make it happen. I hear Kojo's boss is going today or something, or he arrived.
Yeah, he will be flying.
He'll be flying this evening. Okay,
yeah.
so I gather. Mifira called me that he might be picking him from Heathrow Airport. So a good number of people. I've seen Akwabo has also arrived. I've seen Kelvin Boy. I've seen Tick, Hajia For Real, and Fancy Gadam. They are also leaving tonight. So London is going to be hot this weekend for our Ghanaian folks. But we are also pleading Ghana for go and buy tickets to see the event. Mamu Masadi and Nkao. So Ghana for the Oyesho Mumma, Ghana for the Oyesho Mumma. At least this is an annual event. Ghana Music Awards UK. There is a fine representation of what we do here in our music industry. £50, £60, that's for a day. Yeah, Toby. And then, Toby, that was what I talk about with channel. Question in the P. Do have a Estes back up and one. Maybe very fine. You have enough fun to meet some friends and colleagues as well. So go and let's see what we can do. Now I want us to start with this story. Mentor Contestant says that out of what happened to him during the mentor auditioning, where Judge Abiana gave him some bad treatment, he is about to release a song called Abiana. And the song will be featuring rap comedian. You know rap comedian, right? I don't know why the boy wants to do that. To what interest? And I'm asking myself, is this necessary? Will this help him? Why would he want to do this if really he has something that he wants to do? Richie, show me the poster or the flyer of what he wants. So this is it. Is it DOM Records? DOM. Abiana, produced by Foxy Beat. Boyaga. So I hear he's even changed his name. He did not go to the event with Kofi Kel. So I hear. But now the name is Kofi Kel. And he's featuring rap comedian. AKA Kwame Yogoto. Is this necessary? Maybe you've forgotten what happened to him. Let's see what Abiana did to him again. And when I come back, I ask my people, is this necessary at all? Or, like they say, in our showbiz industry, there is no formula. However you apply it, it is the result that you'll be waiting for. Let's watch what happened to him again. And when I come back, I ask my people, is this really necessary? I'll be back.
Are you a rapper, singer?
This a singer.
Singer. Okay, let's hear you.
Girls wanna have.
Are you a rapper, singer?
This a singer.
Singer. Okay, let's hear you.
Girls wanna have fun. Try the ass back, machine gun.
Bang, 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 and you are out, out.
The machine gun. Are you a rapper, singer?
This a singer.
Singer. Okay, let's hear you.
Girls wanna have fun. Try the ass back, machine gun.
Bang, 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 and you are out.
The machine gun.
Yeah, so you are out. But today I've listened to the guy. Was the voice that bad?
No. The voice wasn't that bad.
Because you see, you cannot compare it directly to what you heard from Kiddy. Kiddy's voice had been treated.
And I mean, even if Kiddy comes to audition with the same song, you might bounce him. You know, certain songs are not cut for auditions.
I'm here listening to the boy. Today I've listened to the voice well.
Oh, yes.
Girls when I come back. Like,
it was a good thing.
The
point is, he wasn't off key. Breath control, everything was on point. So you just have to allow it to flow for some time, because there will be a switch. So that you see whether the guy will flat or not. So to start and just jump in on every grounds, if you really want to judge Abiana's performance, you wrong her, because we have seen other people come to audition who doesn't match this guy's voice, but you get some other qualities out of them. I don't think they are just looking for only voice. Hence, then we have had people like Okrasini Samuel to come through a mentor and go to the finals. Were they having that silky voice, which maybe Abiana will be thinking of? But the fact that they are singing in key, they are unique with their craft. Maybe their performance and other things, attitude on stage is on point. That is also other factors that we look out for. Because you can't just pick people with just sweet voices. They come and stand on stage. It's a reality show. So we perform to an audience. We want to see people who can wow audience, because you are training them for the world market. And even now, currently now, music is just, talent is just about 5% or 10%.
Yeah.
The rest is marketing, how you position yourself.
I agree.
So if that is, you are just training them to think like you just need only voice to succeed in music, this music business, then you are even failing them, preparing them to fail.
Okay, so back to the matter. The guy has announced a song called Abiana. Would you advise this to go on, or you also think it is unnecessary?
Very, 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 very necessary.
Hey.
Yes.
What makes it very necessary?
In. This was not out. In.
What makes this
Of course, that is the game of our industry now. If this thing didn't happen, the video wasn't posted, who would have called the guy? Nobody. But now guys everywhere, people are calling him. I saw Kojo Sheridan, last time he was on Kasapa, everybody is calling the guy. All of a sudden, now, what was meant for the bad is now becoming good. And that is, if people say our industry is somehow turning upside down, that is it. We don't have that quest to fish for talent, groom them, make them great. But let it be the opposite, slide, then through that come out. So now this guy, all of a sudden, will release Abiana, and it will become a hit. Dude doesn't know anything about the business. So he will become a hero in the next moment, and 2-3 years into the game, he will come back and he'll be fumbling. That is how the system has been. So if you get some of this attention and you don't make good use of it, then that will be you. So we will consider it. The media will tell you there's no negative publicity. So whatever happened to her, that was meant, they posted it. Maybe they meant to make fun of him, but it turned. Now people, he's gotten all the recognition. So bringing a song like this, yes, the media will still give energy to that, because they are happy with it. Okay. You gave them content. You are trending. If the formula is trend, whatever means that you trend, they don't care about it. When you trend, the media will call you. So this guy has trended, and now the media's eye is on him. So if you bring a song like this, if you bring your own song, the chances that it might not work is over 100%. Because you are a new guy. We don't know the kind of song you are bringing. It should be a song that is on top. Well prepared. That will hit us. It doesn't matter. You were bounced on Mentor and people had sympathy for you. So whatever you bring to us, we will love it. So if you bring Abiana, for the fact that it has a history to what happened, we will jump on it. So it's a good point. And even to TV3, the reality show, because on the other side, people are also saying Abiana has thrown more light on the show. For some years now. Mentor has not been talked about.
It was losing momentum.
Exactly like this. So that Abiana thing also has added to the euphoria of the event. So the guy bringing another song, tagging Abiana, is still going to strengthen that energy. So I think it's a smart move, and I think people who advise him to toe that line did well. I've watched him speak in interviews, and I think he did well, expressing that what happened to him was that he felt he was not going to do music again, but from people calling him and encouraging him here and there, he wants to do it. So it's a good move, especially with our media now. It is what they want now.
First commentary from Kojoki.
Which one?
This one. Ro, do you also think it is necessary?
Oh, it is. It is. You see, the person is a creative, and the reason why I would say it is necessary is because you see, we are looking at it from the angle of him even naming the piece Abiana, but he could have titled it any other name, and the content would still have been about the situation. That is how, and we wouldn't say it wasn't it wouldn't be necessary, because these are creatives, and sometimes we advise them. If we advise them so many times that whenever they have a problem or whenever they want to say something, because most of them are not so good in verbal communication, they should channel that energy into what they know how to do best.
That is their songs.
That is their songs, which is why Shatawale will do On God. Sarkodie will also drop a rap freestyle and use it to tackle almost everything. We have musicians that release songs to tackle certain situations or even certain canker happening in the society. So for somebody coming from that background, I think it is necessary, because at the end of the day, in that piece, he will be able to vent whatever anger or whatever he feels on that project. And that is how the boy will be able to release whatever stress or whatever thing that he harbored in him. So to me, I think in that light, it is necessary. And again, for him to title the piece Abiana, because of the history or whatever, like we know about the whole situation, it builds anticipation as to now. We don't even know the content of whatever he's about to release. Whether he is going to praise Abiana,
or he's going to diss
her, in whatever way, nobody knows. So now even the flyer has even caused anticipation already. And again, the fact that he seems to be appearing in that iconic jacket, the jacket that he was being identified with in that video, in that viral video,
the drill jacket.
Yes, that iconic jacket is also another way to start, because I tell you, there are so many people that will see this guy on the streets now and will pass by him without even recognizing him, regardless of him going viral currently. It will just take a handful of people who probably might have taken critical look at his face that will be able to identify him as
who knew him before.
Yes, will be able to pinpoint, guy way that you're born away at mentor. No? It's so for him to appear that way, it is also another way of him trying to give himself an identity in the eyes of the people. So that I think with time he will be able to overcome this form of identity and discover his real self. Now he's trying to give the people easy ways of them identifying him, and with that, it is me. I think it is good and it is necessary, since he's not stopping the music. Somebody would say, oh, he's won public sympathy by that action, therefore he should have moved on and do other things. But I would say other things like what? Other things as in releasing his own song. What are the chances that he's going to build anticipation like this?
Other things like, I hear the people are saying, when he is ready, he should just show up. Some of them will be ready to assist him.
Yes, and he has.
This looks like someone who's coming to diss someone.
That is what we are anticipating. Like that's the image, like the thing we have in our mind. That is what we are.
And it's likely.
And it is likely, looking at the person that he's featuring.
Exactly what I was going to say.
But I think otherwise. I don't think he will diss. But I will play around the out I want it to be a danceable tune, then the out should be there.
What I am.
When the Kwame you got guy in there, I don't trust him.
You know, there are so many instances whereby even Sarkodie once used Joey Lee's code
to throw shots
at somebody.
Yeah.
So there's that instance that probably artists are some way. Somebody you can have a problem with Kojo King and you might not even throw that shade in your own song. But will probably come. So we shouldn't only think about this piece as a shot from the guy to Abiana.
Okay.
Because Kwame Yogurt probably also has the same thing that probably he's either faced, or maybe has some form of anger in him.
So they share the same.
Exactly. So this is likely to happen on that joint. So we should just be open, and as the anticipation is high, let's see what the guy brings. If he is able to. And you see, I want to throw this in. People should not come and say that when the guy releases the project and some people don't like it and they come to say it. This is not the time for you to come and call somebody a hater. Because feeling something is subjective. I can have my anticipation so high and you might disappoint me. So people should also side their mind to the fact that it will drop and some people may not like it. And to the guy, if somebody comes to say, oh, probably my anticipation was around 100% and you gave me 50 or 40, he should see this.
Take it cool.
Yes, take it cool.
As a win still.
Yes, take it as a learning process and still build on it to deliver something better in the future.
Well, I disagree with what he is about to do.
Okay, why?
Yes. I am yet to know his real talent.
Yes.
But if you are coming out with this is a fleeting story.
Yes.
This is a story that is passing. If the song comes out well and the Abiana vibe dies, the song is also going to die. That is my fear for him.
Not
reason I wish he doesn't do this. If he has a good song, after all, we know your story. Now the mentor guy is about to release a song with Kwame Yogurt. If the song is good, we would accept it without making a reference of the song to Abiana. As it stands now, I even see Abiana going to win out of this because imagine this song becomes a hit song. Those who be typing the song would rather be looking for the girl, or the girl be appearing.
Yes.
And the guy will also win. Because
how would he win?
Abiana is bigger than.
When the lady might have more exposure than her.
Yes.
So in search engines or maybe DSPs, when you are looking for a song and I type let's say Abiana. If I type Abiana, the chances that Abiana's name will pop up is high.
Yes.
Now,
and her songs
will pop up. Now, if that is not what I am looking for, I would skip. So I see this to be win-win for both of them.
No. The guy is
at the end of the day, because the guy has only one song on DSPs, if the song finished playing, definitely there will be another Abiana because it is kind of a keyword in those on the internet. It will bring everything Abiana on that platform. So if the guy's song plays, definitely it is Abiana's song that is going to follow.
And you see, it's good. It's good now because Ghana.
Strategic.
If you don't study how we react to trends, it will die quick. Ghana is like now our space is like we want the next trending thing. Yeah. So if you get a trend and you don't know how to sustain it, it's a problem. You just die quick. And I think if he brings a new song and the Abiana vibe dies, now we are approaching you as a musician, somebody who is come to prove your talent to us.
Who is prepared.
And if you don't meet up to...
Is he not supposed to do that with this first shot?
No. If you do that and we are not okay with what you bring, then we will say, okay, even Abiana was right to turn you down because you don't have that talent. But this one, the guy just need to do little. Maybe play around the out. Or just even mention Abiana. Then Kwame Yogurt will come in with the style. And that will be all. When you get that hit song. Because we know this song that has become hit in Ghana, which is still relevant now. And I see this as a make or break for the guy. Because if he doesn't prove his sort, then Ghanaians will have the right to say, okay, it will vindicate Abiana. that she was right in turning the guy down. But now, if the guy is able to prove to her, give her something good, then the people will like, you see, if you allow him to sing maybe for a longer time, you would have seen that it's good. So we are just hoping to see something good. I know with Kwame Yogot, everything will be fine.
Well, I am still thinking differently though. I'm still thinking this is not necessary for him. He should come with his talent. Let's see what you can do. And again, the song shouldn't aim at attacking them. I have not listened to it yet, but I pray that the song doesn't come in.
I think it will
attack.
It will be fun.
If the song comes into attack, the sympathy is enjoying.
That one they will worry.
And that is why I didn't even want him to do anything, Abiana. Just come and give us a good song. If you give us a good song and we love it, you are good. If you go and you play anything that will not sit well with people, especially on your bar, even if you think the people are angry, come out in Treno. Why a mistake? Or why a big mistake? He shouldn't try it. Story number 2 is about Stonebwoy. And I like what Stonebwoy has written. I'm going to get the views of my people, then you make it one of the things we have to look at as a people. Now, Stonebwoy is saying that our smartphones have sucked out common sense from us. Stonebwoy is saying that our smartphones have sucked out common sense from us. And I'll tell you why he's saying that. Richie, you can bold in what is on the screen so I can read it for the people as well. A story on Ghana Web reads, dancehall musician Stonebwoy has expressed his opinion following the horrific shooting and fire incident that occurred in Jolu on Monday, October 24th, 2022. Earlier in a viral video, an unidentified driver of a V8 vehicle was allegedly shot by unknown assailants while his car was set on fire. Although it is unclear what caused the incident, it reportedly stemmed from a land dispute. Interestingly, at the scene, an eyewitness was captured busily running a commentary in a 33 seconds video. The said commentator was heard asking for help for the victim while exclaiming that he is not dead. But reacting to this incident, which has since sparked public interest, Stonebwoy appears peeved about the fact that people were more interested in recording the incident than rendering help to the victim. And this is a quotation coming from Stonebwoy, which he wrote on his social media handles. He said, I saw a video of a man laying heads on the floor in Jolu, a residential area with his V8 bumped and crashed into. All this while, there was this man filming him shouting, he's not there though, with other passers-by also filming until the car caught fire. The man started shouting, we need Ghana's fire service. We need Ghana fire service. So please, fire service come on, and so on and forth. Like, I'm so disappointed in some of us. Our smartphones have sucked out common sense, he wrote on social media. Now, he could have called an ambulance or fire service. Anyways, realizing how long it takes for both to show up, how about quickly arranging for a taxi to carry this man to the hospital to save his life? I see many of us interested in filming the incidences that happen in order to post, instead of actually saving the situation than dealing with the extras later. We can surely do better. Please, let's try. And maybe I can run commentary on the video whilst Richie shows us to those who have not seen it. Richie, let me run commentary on it if it is available. Let me run commentary on that now. Okay. And I'm sure this is the real thing Stonebwoy posted earlier. And he says, I see many of us interested in filming the incidences that happen in order to post, instead of actually saving the situation and then dealing with the extras later. We can surely do better. Please, let's try. And this is how Stonebwoy captured it. We know it has happened to this man. As it stands now, the story is still sketchy rather. The police has not released any statement yet. I don't know if any of you have seen any statement from the police yet. but I have not seen anything from the police yet as it stands now. So, like I said, Richie, you can show the video whilst I run commentary on it, and I'll also be telling you how far it is not ready yet. Okay, now let's move on to Roland Amate. He is a blogger, and I'm sure he's also into the phone things. What is happening to us, according to Stonebwoy?
Yes, I mean, it is a very good observation. In fact, people, when we talk about addiction in our current state, I think there are about 80 to 90% of people that seem to be more addicted to their phones or gadgets even than drugs now. Phones are becoming the new drugs that if we don't take care, sometimes it's even shocks our way of thinking even from our brains, and it is getting worse by the day. We are in infodemic, as Chemo always say, and says, and sometimes it is clear in our face, like everybody is in a haste. Everybody is in a haste to make news. Everybody is in a haste to tell somebody what is happening at a particular time. Everybody is in a haste to let people know that, oh, I was the person that broke this news first. I was the first witness to this kind of incident and all that, without even considering the fact that probably we could have done something to even save the situation or even minimize the negative effect of that incident. So sometimes it is like that. It is like that, and it is very, very true. That's notwithstanding, I think our system has also contributed to the fact that we also think this way. You see, for Stonebwoy to continue his write-up to say that, oh, perhaps thinking about how long it will take for these institutions to even respond to the situation is also another problem, because at the end of the day, giving an eyewitness report is like a 50-50 chance as to what actually happened. And we know in our dispensation, video don't lie, the internet know the spoil. Things on the internet or things recorded digitally know the spoil unless it is deleted or wiped out completely by somebody. Else, anybody that has a video or footage of an incident gives an accurate report of whatever happens than even a eyewitness report or word of mouth. It is like that. So which is why some people would prefer using the phone to record the situation rather than using that same phone to call for help. So it is like, but we should all encourage, and I like how he ended his piece. Let's try. Because some people will still not see the need to go the other way or to help the person before probably they try and record or know how to report the situation. Sometimes I know of somebody that a car knocked. It was a red light. You see the La Paz, the main traffic light around the Tema station, the way you usually pick me. You see that traffic light that The light was red and it was on yellow. You see, in our country, the moment it is yellow, that's when we gas up. So it was yellow, and the guy tried to pass it so that he would not be caught by the red light. And unfortunately, the side mirror hit a gentleman. The first thing he did was to take off his phone and record the fact that it was red and the car had hit him.
That was for evidence sake.
Yes, I know. But what if he had lost his life?
He's gone. Because he was not gone, he needed evidence.
And you see that even at that particular moment, for him finding evidence, because he was the first to remove his phone and to do that video, there were so many people that came around him in a twinkle of an eye, but nobody was able to call for help for him until he was done recording, before somebody asked him, should we help you? Okay? Yes, or should we help you up the road? That is the situation we find ourselves now. And sometimes we should know when to pause. We should know when to pause and think about what to do before we even do it. Because sometimes before you finish, see what even happened on the Cape Coast Way when is it the dynamite that they were taking to the mine site spoiled the whole town. Whilst the driver was even trying to tell people on the Bogosu Road, thank you. Once the driver was even trying to tell people to move away because those things were highly flammable.
They were
People were rather rushing to the scene to record. And we always put our lives in danger even by this. The car that was set on fire, there were so many things that would have happened that even the people that were recording would have been in danger. But then, because they were so addicted to whatever is happening or whatever is in their mind, they think the phone is rather, or recording is rather important than even saving the life of the person that lays there. So
I'm also tempted to ask that. Is it because we are in the evidence world? So people think that, okay, I say I saw Kojo doing this. When I come and report, someone is like, where is the evidence? Where is a video that shows that there is something like that? Are we doing more of that because of that evidential world that we are living in now, where everybody is asking for a detail of every report?
It is a contributing factor. It is a huge factor. That's what I'm saying. People in our minds, we know things on digital or internet. They die. It doesn't get missing unless you delete them. So in order for you to get an accurate report of whatever the situation is, people will tend to, okay, let me video it, let me take a footage of it before, so that even whatever, when I am giving an account and I even make mistake, they can use the video to even support whatever I am claiming. So it is one of the reasons why. But sometimes we should also plead with people, because today it could be somebody's life. And you might prefer to take that decision of filming the situation than saving the person's life. What if tomorrow the table turns and it is your life? Would you expect the person to take priority in recording than saving your life? And if we wouldn't do that, then we should know when to balance it, so that we don't, some people that we can save, we don't let them die just like that.
Well, Kojo, come through. I know you have also seen the story, and I don't know if you knew about it. Did you hear about this Jolu incident?
No,
Okay.
I didn't hear about
I heard about it. Yes, continue, Kojo.
Yeah, what Stonebwoy said is the truth, but I think we can't do much about it, because that is what it has become. And you ask, is it because we are living in the evidence era or something? It's true, but that is not it. People, I see Africa, most of us Africans, how we embrace technology, especially social media. Our understanding about social media is not right. We think it is all about fun, sensationalism, views, thing that doesn't result to any benefit. That is what our mindset is. Let me post it. Let me be the first to post it on social media and get the views. So every 5 minutes will come, hey, 5K. Every 5 minutes will come, 6K. Hey, I'm on for
You are a corporate.
No, but if I post, it is something that is beneficial to my business, and I'm checking.
Yeah, so they also.
No, but me, my position as a media person and a blogger, whatever I post is content, and it's something that will bring money.
To them, too, this is content.
What content?
Yeah, what content?
Accident content.
Putting gutter into bottle, you say is a content. What are I going to use it for? This content is what I will drink and I will get life. But if you put gutter into your bottle and you drink, what will you get? So with them, just the fun. Yes, there's an accident. Let me be there to record and post on Facebook. And people will come and write, hey, ooh, like that.
Oh, so there is a report on it already.
Oh, I watched this on TV yesterday.
Okay, so let me read it. And it says, police update on disturbances at Jolu over disputed land, 2 arrested. It says the police have arrested suspects Nana Owusu Banahene and James Kwenu in connection with some disturbances at Jolu, Accra, over a disputed land. The suspects allegedly organized some thugs with an excavator to demolish a 4-bedroom apartment building at Jolu, 24th October 2022. Before the demolition, the suspect and their accomplices attacked the occupants of the house. The police responded to the scene to restore calm. The perpetrators, upon seeing the police, abandoned the excavator and escaped from the scene. Police later had information that one of the vehicles belonging to the suspects had run into a ditch. And police later had information that one of the vehicles belonging to the suspects had run into a ditch and was attacked by a mob who pelted them with stones, injured one of the suspects, James Kwenu, and set his car ablaze. Police proceeded to the place and the Ghana National Fire Service was called in to help put out the fire. The injured suspect is at a hospital receiving medical attention. His photograph could not be taken due to his condition. Investigation has so far revealed that no one was shot during the incident. Okay. Investigation continues and all available footages on the incident are being reviewed as part of the investigation process. Efforts are underway to arrest all other perpetrators to face justice. Okay. So this is the story. Now the police has made it clear.
Yes. So as I was saying, social media, how we understand, how we approach it. Many of us don't even know, aside we connecting with people, there is a way we can even make money from that. Many people doesn't know, but just for the fun of it, which is also good. But in our space, it is getting too much that you've seen somebody dying, and like recently, you saw somebody beating the child. And instead of...
So this is the scene. This is the scene. I think the car that crashed into a ditch, and the guy who, according to the police report, was attacked by the mob and the fire of the car. So this was the guy they were expecting them to have gone to save, but they were just recording him shouting, "Hey, can't and all these things." Yeah, and this is the report now. Thank you, Richie. But you can continue.
So we saw a video like that somebody is beating up a young child, and somebody was there recording. So look at the way the man was hitting the child. If after all the boy died,
so who was doing that?
The video you were recording, instead of going to snatch the child from the man to save him, to save the child's life, you just recording to put it out on social media, and it will trend. Yes, the man got arrested, but it doesn't make sense. What the guy supposed to do was to save the dying child, than recording and post it on social media for us to comment. But then if police goes and the child is dead, what will be the use? But that is what it is now. We don't care so much, and we don't even understand that technology, innovation, and all those things have psychological effects on our life. Now, due to mobile phones and all these apps, we are even losing communication amongst ourselves. We don't even have time.
Human connection.
Exactly, we don't even have time. People's their eyesight, losing their eyesight because of spending much time on screens and all of that. So if we really understand that, okay, when we were working and we were introduced to cars, when it comes, note that something will be taken away from us. When we asked you to walk from here to Santa Maria, before we didn't have car, you walk. But now when we have car, you never walk.
You know, during my primary school days,
where
I lived and where I go to school would be like here to maybe Santa Maria last stop.
Yes.
But it was normal for me.
It was normal.
You wake up now, the bag of poetry.
Yes. You don't care about that. and all those things had a way of making us fit, solving certain sicknesses, driving certain sicknesses away from us. Now, when you get a car, if you are aware that, okay, now I am not working anymore, so I need to make time to exercise, because I'm aware now I'm in the car, I have to drive every day, I'm comfortable, but it is giving you sickness because you are not working. But psychologically, you will not pay attention to that fact, so you'll be there, then 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, you are dead and you are gone. So we need to really understand the effects of this social media, like the one you cited, that the man was knocked down and wanted to record. In that situation, he needed an evidence. But what evidence do you need when somebody is killing the child? And instead of rushing to the scene, save the person from doing that, you are recording. So we need to think. I think it is. That's why people even say technology and other stuff is not for, or social media is not for we Africans, because how we use it. We are using it in the negative, and the understanding. We don't even understand. You have always advocated that we should inculcate social media into our curriculum so that people, the children will study and understand it.
You should call it basic knowledge in social media.
Exactly, because if you understand it, then you know the pros, you know the cons. So if you are going on there, you know how to balance it. But now that even to the highest media, now media even enjoy these trends. Wake up in the morning and my video is flying because I just did an interview with Diabolic Mindset and it will trend. Just that. Run a show and let's see that over 1,000 people are watching. That is all.
1,000 people, if you are not sensational,
whatever you would do to get the 1,000, we don't care. So you see where the level is going to is difficult. It is very, very difficult because you may want to learn from that institution as a young guy. And if you see that this is what they are doing, it means it is the right thing. So I also have to follow suit. So it will come down to the list that it will get to a time we wouldn't even care when we are even in bedroom and having sex with our girlfriends. We will be even going live.
Oh, but it's happening.
It's happening, but it can get to the extreme because
I've seen a video like that before.
That's why we have sex. You see, not long ago.
Recently, there was a certain challenge was it on TikTok? Yeah, I think it was on TikTok, either TikTok or on Twitter itself. They call it the red light or the red bulb challenge.
Yeah, where you off you go naked, and you off the lights or you switch the lights. I've seen it.
And I saw one. They were having sex.
I said even the Gadam said
that
we
was on it, but it will give you the pictures like still. How do you call that word? Silhouette. Yes, it will give you the pictures like silhouette. So you will not see like real human, but you see images doing it.
So if not for the fact that some apps even restrict some of these scenes, like we would have gone to Facebook and see that people.
Even the
apps have really helped.
Exactly.
You go on TikTok and you see people. The Gadam say that they know that people are looking for them to arrest them. Now once I on TikTok live, they see almost. Yes.
Really?
Yes. You go and they are streaming live on TikTok. The Gadam say they are streaming it live.
In the pit.
So if as a society we sit unconcerned and we don't come in and make sure that we educate people for them to understand the need to even be a bit patriotic, the need to even act, and how to even use some of these apps, because the fact is we can't control it. These are macro environment factors that it is uncontrollable. You just have to adapt.
Hard to control.
Technology is, we are even going to get it the more. So if we stay aloof and don't think about it, and so problem. So as I always say, if they would think about it and try to educate people about it and use that, it is the best, it is good, it has come to help us. But how we use it, we need to make sure that we use it to our benefit than all these negative things. If people are losing, presenters are losing their jobs because they are on radio and their Facebook streams is low, it tells you where we are heading to. Radio. This is radio. Yetini or Yisu wireless so. Yetini or wireless so. And on Facebook abani esiu. Ebimu any wireless. And omo abontinti ya de koto. Nah. Nah. Yeah, they got to Facebook now. On my shit. Exactly. On TV wireless, you know. Exactly. And look at you. It you say. Any probably 5,000 in 8 year work. Kumasi no. Making sure say with Facebook no. It will bra Facebook says yeah.
What's your name?
They are cycle. So you see psychologically we have lost it. We have lost it. It is they also and one thing they should know that you see people sit down and analyze human beings and create something for them. So all these things, the phones, look at the iPhones, they'll just sit down and add a certain feature and everybody will be rushing. If you don't have it, you don't feel comfortable. If you have used an iPhone and they update, psychologically, you will be going through certain stress.
You want
to upgrade. So these are all psychological. I tell you, even in marketing, the way we go through it, there's something we call black box. If you want to bring out a new product, we read your mind. We read your psychology, your emotions, how you react. So when the product drops, you come like an animal. So we need to understand how the world is moving now, so that certain things, Charlie, yes, you'll be living like computers.
One thing that we have not said is this introduction of a new profession called influencers. That thing is now even one of the worst things ever this social media thing introduced. When you go to Nigeria, I hear to be an influencer now is the new ish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like everybody wants to be known as an influencer.
That's true.
So we are doing everything possible to get numbers online. And if you want to get numbers online, you have to treat it like a job.
Yeah.
Sometimes in Ghana, I know some boys on Twitter who are popular in that space, and I have subscribed to some of them, trying to find out what exactly makes them tick. And from morning to evening, not one wisdom will they put out.
Not at all.
Not one wisdom will they put out. Just almost every 30 minutes or 20 minutes, they are doing some So such a person, I sit down and ask, the whole day, be outside. Yes.
Our substance out.
Because he's also thinking that they say I am the biggest. I'm an influencer there. And the only person be living up. And 2 minutes be also drunk on December. Yes, those who are misbehaving, we are hailing them. And unfortunately, they are the influencers that you, when you have this product, you call them. People bring important stuff into the world. They call this with the name of influencers and let them have first taste. So before you can also become an influencer, do whatever you can do to get the numbers.
Last time I was saying that in recently there's this thing that's going on that no matter what you do, whether good or bad, try and succeed. You see, when you succeed, whatever comments or whatever commentary that goes on, or no matter how the thing should have been done, becomes nonsense. Just try and succeed with that thing. And any other commentary becomes nonsense. There are so many people that have taken some tangents even in our space, that you see people running commentaries. Oh, we have precedents of people who went this way and could not make it. If people could sign contract way, it went bad for them. People went to do this and it wasn't good for them. But you see people still doing it. Then at a point, let me use Black Sherif as an example. When he signed on to the Empire deal, we all saw the kind of comments that came and the fact that people were warning him. And today, when was the last time you heard one of those comments? Now people are rather hailing that comment that they said wasn't good to saying, to using it even as a point of shade, even to
some
the
people.
Yes, the likes of Sarkodie and Shatawale. The same deal that we said, oh, the boy shouldn't have signed because it was a bad deal.
Good point.
Now, it is that same deal that we are using as
To
a
mock
kutia
at others.
to others. So this space there, it will be very difficult.
Well, Stonebwoy, thank you for talking about this. We pray that it changes. Lately, people even pay to go for events. And while they are at the event, they'll be on their phones throughout. So the real moments, sometimes they even lose them. They will not ascend yes to a stage, you know, one, because at that time, he was fixated.
People lose relationships. People are losing relationships because of addiction to their phones. They don't have a life. They can't be with you and put their phones, let's say, for 30 minutes and have a human-to-human conversation every minute. And most of them have lost their relationships.
Thank you. Bullet has spoken. And I kind of like what Bullet has said. I would want us to look at the story. And Richie, did you get a video for us? Okay, Richie got a video for us. But let me first also read the story. So we watch the video and we see how best we can practicalize this. Because I know that it is something that in our industry, so many people have come to terms with it. They know that some people have been very ungrateful to them, yet we still cannot stop but continue to help others. Okay, I should read from here, right? Where is it? Okay, I should get it from here. Rough and Smooth flopped because we were ungrateful to Bola. Now I want you guys to listen to this story very well. This has been captured on Ghana Web as well. That Rough and Smooth flopped because we were ungrateful to Bola. Bullet reveals. Half of the award-winning Ghanaian music duo, Rough and Smooth, Ricky, Bullet, Nana Ajman, has told the Aiko audience on Accra 100.5 FM that the music group experienced failure because of the disrespectful way in which they parted ways with their former manager, Nathan Kwabena Anochi, aka Bola Adisi. Bullet holds that there is a spirit that deals with ungrateful people, and this accounts for why artists experience failure when they bang the door behind them and leave their managers. He explained he found this out the hard way and bemoaned that people have not really understood how this life works, noting that it happened to us. Rough and Smooth, he reminisced on how despite media executive Bolare's abandoned help, he and his group mate abandoned him for another manager. Now this is a quotation coming from Bullet. He says, I always say that the things Bolare has done for me in my life, my father and no one else has done that for me, but at a point in time, we had to move on from him. And instead of sitting with him and respectfully informing him that it was time for us to move and ask for his blessing, we did not, he narrated. We had met someone else and flippantly claiming we did not have a contract with Bolare. We left. Bullet revealed and noted that the dark times that almost swiftly followed their unprofessional exit. From that time, any song we worked on was not successful. Bola did not seek black magic against us. Let's be clear. It was not necessary for him to even do that. Nature and principles God has placed on earth were responsible, the singer and music executive stressed. In view of this, he took a moment and admonished artists not to be puffed up, thinking they are self-made stars, and cautioned them to be mindful in their dealings with people who wholeheartedly help them, even if it is not financially. He also stressed on the lengths to which managers go to help artists and said it sometimes goes beyond the contract signed. I may be managing you and making no money out of it, Bullet illustrated. You may even come to me for money to take care of your mother. That's surely not part of the business. We do things beyond the business. So you cannot insinuate that I have done nothing for you and ask me sarcastically that, are you God? Was it God who invested his money in you? He used a human being to do it, and in that position, that human is your God. And so when you fight that person, you are actually messing with God, he postulated. Mr. Bullet Ajiman maintained there is no record label boss or manager who goes somewhere and pray or chant for the downfall of an artist when they fall out. It won't happen because the label boss already knows that karma is real. And returning to Bolare, he spoke about making amends. I once had a dream that I had gone to Bolare's place to plead for forgiveness. And on the day I actually went to see him, the suit I saw him in the dream was the same one he was wearing. When I went there, I held his leg and said, boss, I've messed up, forgive me. I took my uncle along to say sorry. Bola, accepting the apology, said in response, Etuo, Bullet's former name, you are my boy, he revealed. Rough and Smooth came to prominence on the back of their 2010 album, Swagger, which housed hit tracks like Azingele, 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 Martha, that is Sex Machine, and Naija Baby. Because Richie has a video, you go catch what really transpired on Nana Romeo's program, and when we come back, we open it up for conversation, then we will come back to it.
When any panel spend on say ska on yakase tiasa brand ka untimintia eti no badwe so we dey be no ya mame e dey be no ya wonya hwe mame we forget no ska be mbu no this shame but bro emre na this shame no untimintia so microphone ti abrawasi too much microphone ti it happened to us reference to the be ya me kaze me and your Bolare ya mame like my life and your Bolare ya mame no be papa na say me obi anya sane man be mame da but at a point in time now yamre so with him no if say be any Bola betna say me akas o Bola yamre so yada was ne ayama nyina like whatever you did for us yada was share ne enko no la we left whereby you share obi for ya guy Bola creating the contract. Wow. Yeah, uncle, and we left. Now I'm not going to say, and from that time, no, you be an uncle. Wow. And your Bola and the Aquadrusu. Yes. Bola and Nico has a Bola the Aquadrusu. Nature none and moodily. What are the status of life like? Nature, like no man, your media share areas, and a punish show. But the instance, be over translate say, I think some may be wrong. Still, no. Obviously, you're a star because you peer no picture pictures. Still, you're born. Oh, because you forgetting why you nyame. Oh, you nyame. So I say, yeah, dear, Professor, the dear, says yes, yeah, can't top groups. I hate to get your money by yourself. So many hit songs. So, how anybody believe you, and you don't have to go to juju. You don't even have to pray against. Will be ungrateful. Yeah, there's a spirit that in the bed, whether or power. Wow, and the spirit. Well, and I want thing so now, Ayana will be free when chance. Omoyan say amen. Say, we're free honor. Why ungrateful? We're doing yeah, and we're free honor. Go in peace. Yes.
That was Bullets, Ricky Nana Ajiman talking to Nana Romeo on Accra 100.5 FM. Interesting revelation. Say, and maybe a trouble. Now comedy Bola and oh, I'm hiti and I'm share be no I'm dog again and say oh Bola Accra any contract or send Untinama Prophet Smooth and is there something like this?
Yes, and I think Bullets will see this wisdom now because he has grown and his position as well. Because now he's also managing talent.
Yes.
And he'll really appreciate it better now. Maybe 6-7 years ago, he wouldn't have seen the need, but he will see it now. And I always say, age will humble you. There will be certain things, certain decisions that you take as a young guy. But when you grow up, now you know that, hey, Charlie, these decisions were useless. Yeah. Whatever we are doing now, give us 10 years more. and we will look back and say, we have wasted energy on certain useless ventures. And that is age. So you see certain beautiful ladies, we see them when they started their career, actresses, musicians, when they started, we know how the conversation was. And now when you hear them speak, you know that yes, age has humbled them. And so it's a good age will humble you. Yeah. No matter what you do,
it's true.
Age will humble you.
And that's when you get the experience.
Exactly.
But they're not late.
No, late. Yeah, catch me on crowd and they. And they are what they. Oh, and they are. Energy all come. But when you are better yourself, you see, penny no being a bit there, and yeah, it's nature, you know. And I always say that musicians who become ungrateful to the people that held them down when they were starting, that thing is more spiritual than how we see it, because
really,
of course, it goes beyond physical because. Understand the fact that nobody knew you. It's through somebody's sweat invested in you, no matter how small the thing was. Yeah. If that was what gave you your major break, exactly, which gave you the major break, you need to be forever grateful. And such a person, make sure you don't have any issue with that person.
And the other part. And she what?
And
Gali, thank you. He came here and said the same thing as a matter of fact. That's exactly what Bullet is also saying.
Good. Because the loss is not the same. You that invested in the person, you lose forever. And the artist will win forever. Because when they get the first break, it is the people that have accepted him or her. So no matter how bad they treated you, the investor, still they'll get the love out there. People can talk about it, criticize, but let them release songs. And the talent, God wouldn't take the talent from them. So they will still create other popular songs. And they will keep shining. But one thing they should know is that life is not about building mansions, buying cars, which you would describe as success, but that inner peace that you have within you, that I don't have any issue with my former boss, I don't have any issue with the person that made me, that alone, no money can buy it. So there are musicians who we see have been successful, but within them, because the bridges they burn, they are not at peace with themselves. And that is why he will go back and plead with him, because Bullet is successful.
Yeah, now he should be fine.
He's fine. He could have ignored that, go your way. But that when he's alone in his chambers, when things are going through his mind, and you remember that, hey, back in the days I was nobody. I remember when I met this gentleman and he told me that I want to invest in you. And it wasn't just word, it was translated into action. Short videos recorded me, short videos for me, made sure I'm everywhere. Got shows, made money. Followed you here and there, made money. And now I treated him this way. And if the person speaks a word, because he built it, somebody, he know how he planted that seed. So he also know how he can kill that seed. And nature is like that. It wouldn't just happen. It wouldn't just happen. At times you can go. And one thing will happen to you. And you lose everything. So people, yes, will be deceived. Oh, Charlie, okay, I said me feel why me ye. He even mentioned it. Onye nyame. But make sure onye nyame, but Yankopon, yes, Yankopon me boy nipa or the funny paso. Ono anga sem free sroma e mame. Sisa nipa na or the father so no nu nyame. Anything you can say, Sammy friends do you nyame. because bi na wo hia wa brabo mu di ID no ono na so na ebe fine so ono no abe nyame enam sini wo wiase because nye ni nyame na te wa ha Yankopon is God is spirit.
It's a man and Toby.
Exactly. God is spirit. So when you want to work, he uses human beings. So if you treat that human being in a very wrong way, you have treated God in a wrong way. And whatever they will say, it will come and affect you. So these are artists, are musicians. It doesn't cost a thing. If you want to move on, at least it can be done in a very positive way. Make sure you don't have any issues. At times, I know some of the investors take advantage of the artists.
As well, yeah.
They do that because, yes, you invested in me. I also brought my talent, but things are going well. But we have to now. I always say that when you work with people for several years and the business has become successful, you need to overlook seeing them as employees. We have to now work as partners. So when that when that elevation doesn't come, others get peeved and may want to overlook the fact that you even picked up from the pit. We were nobody. They will now overlook that, and that will bring
all the conflict.
Exactly. So even though what I would say is in our system as Africa, elsewhere people respect talent. So when an investor even approaches you, he respects that you are bringing something that out of it we will make money, and they will work maybe with a contract or something. When we all move professionally, we all separate and go our ways. But here, it is like when somebody wants to invest in you, the person is doing a favor. And so understand it that way, from that aspect, that here we don't have enough. So when somebody tries to spend even a penny on you, and through that you make a name out there and it changes your life. Even if there are issues and the person is at fault, you, the artist, make sure you handle the case very well. Let there be peace. Even if you want to be out,
even if you want to walk.
if you want to go away, do it in a very humble way, that nature will be by your side. Because if all indications prove that my investor is so wrong, and I still go and find people come and beg you and tell you that I really appreciate whatever you have done for me, but I want to move on. So whatever way that we will do for us to be at peace, let us do it. Then you move. Nature will be by your side. But if you don't do it that way and the person feels some hurt within them, and some of them even to the point that they cry when they switch their TV, you are there. Your poster is here. You are here trending. You are, you see, that bitterness. like that man. That man. Or saw the TV and that gay age now, so let me be here now. Every side of bedroom.
Black magic paper.
Hey, but be any go there. So that is a good advice from Bullet.
Okay.
He was an artist. And now
he's
a manager of talent. So coming from you, we have to learn. This is not a time to say, oh, so you cry, you did it, so whatever. We have to learn, and I am happy he went to create that peace, smoke the peace pipe with him and his boss. And I think in the near future, if some of his artists, it can happen to him. That is what he should.
Oh no, it has happened to him already.
It has happened to him. Who?
Yeah.
With who?
Some boy. He had some boy.
Okay.
Was it James, James or whatever? He had some boy. He's had some issues with him. Before.
Okay.
Issues with Fantana.
Yeah.
Good.
Fantana
okay. So if it is karma, he has gotten his. So people should also learn from that and make sure that it's more spiritual. That is.
So I was thinking about something. Their issues came as a group, and he has gone there to apologize to Bola alone. How does it work?
Probably he is okay. You see, some people think that they were not at fault. You can't force this thing. You can't force it. You can't force him to go and beg. As he said, he had a dream, and he saw that he has gone to apologize. It is so spiritual, and people who feel it will understand that, okay, there is the need for me to do it. Maybe with the other guy, he's okay. He doesn't have any burden, any guilt in him. So he doesn't see the need to go and do that. But that is spiritual. No matter how wrong Bolare may be that time, the fact that it was him who held you, pulled you up there, he has a certain role or a hand that he can, or a certain blessing that he can give to your life.
I see. Thank you, Kojo Ro. Go on to this.
That's, I mean, I like the fact that this is coming from somebody like Bullet. You know, when we are looking for that one person that is very outspoken, it has that real tag, as in speaking truth to power and all that. Bullet is one of them, who will tell you things the way it's supposed to be said, like without missing words.
Exactly.
So I am glad it is coming from him, so that at least the young ones would also learn. You know, in our part of the world, we believe in physical, as in physical relationship more, physical connection more than even contractual, or even going the other way of bonding. It is just recently that we've even accustomed ourselves to social media relationship and other forms of relationship. But in our part of the world, everything is seems to be done manually. If I am your friend, there is some form of connection between us. And nobody would understand. Probably, even if there's somebody outside, the person wouldn't understand the kind of connection we both have.
Especially when we are firemen.
That's our connection. It's our connection in the event. You see, so it is like that. And when you look at the way we transcend that kind of connection even into our work, it makes the whole thing spiritual, kind of. Because this is where, in some other parts, I will work with Kojo because I am an investor and I have probably seen a talent in him, or he's a potential, and I think, when we sign one or two, in 5 years or 10 years time, we will be able to make it, and this and that is how I am going to make it, and this is how much he's also going to make. But in our part, it is not about us even, yes, we know we will make it in the future, but it is not about us making it. It is about us being okay first. That is why somebody would be following an artist and you wouldn't even understand. Artists don't blow it.
With no contract, but
yes,
he's still having hope.
And the commitment
in the near future.
And the commitment is so
banker never back.
Banker. And the commitment is so tight. Because Charlie, the love that the person has for that guy supersedes contracts.
It's real.
It's more than what we can think of, and sometimes it is like that. And you see, this situation, now sometimes it is very subjective. You see the example that he said that, are you God, are you this, are you that, are you that? The earlier on when I said in everything that you do now, whether good or bad, it is just about you succeeding, which matters. It is the same thing that is happening in this case. Somebody would say, oh, now say, as soon as you all forget you, now they see I won't say about for. Won't say we are, won't say we are. We can give you 1,001 examples. We can give you 1,001 examples of people who have probably done what Bullet them did and have even, that's a Bullet in one channel. Bullet, if we are talking about one of the successful record labels in Ghana, even for the past decade, Bullet's Rough Town record is one of them. In Tinkobe Bisa say, then what would it, and then and be pushing it to go and apologize. And a inner peace, your inner man, that's probably
the inner feeling is pushing it to do that.
Is what is going to push you. And he said, when you look at that in that picture, you will clearly understand where Bullet is coming from. And again, say it is coming from Bullet because he's been an artist and now he's on the other side of the job. So he knows the pros and cons of this side. When you're at this side, this
Your
is
thinking is different.
It's different, and when you are at this side, this is how you also think and behave. And sometimes, you know, when the person that gives the best advice is somebody that has experienced that particular thing.
That's why they say experience is the best teacher.
In Sabia, that even if we check through in the Bible, the people who seem to be very powerful men of God, these are people who have been at the other side. You take Paul and the other guys, for example. These are people who have lived that stubborn academy life to the extent that now he has all the experience to share with you. So when people like Bullet make such statements, we shouldn't take them lightly. And it is not only with music; it is in every aspect of our lives. Even in the corporate world, there are so many people that will help you to a point, and sometimes because you see, recently I wrote something that when we pray, we should always pray for our boss,
I remember.
our bosses, because sometimes the position that they occupy and the kind of decisions that they are supposed to make
for the betterment of everybody.
For the betterment of everybody, no matter their intentions, somebody would suffer somewhere. And it is not as if, say, he is doing that intentionally, but he is doing that in the light of us seeing the future. Probably he sees the future more than we do. And the burden of him having to take that decision alone, the crowning pony, is so much damaging that one bomb and that wisdom to take good decisions at certain crucial moments. Charlie, or whatever decision that he takes, it affects everybody and probably affects our future as well. So sometimes we should also know that the people that share, so the people that are heads, they have certain form of physical and spiritual responsibility or even effect on us. So we know they are humans and they will fault. We know they are humans, they will do stuff that we would not like. But when we wish them well, and we always pray for them to make the right decisions, even at a point that they are even pushed to make the wrong decision, because of the wish and the will that we have for them, it can even influence them to make certain right decisions on our behalf, even at the wrong times.
Well, thank you so much, Roland Amate. Thank you to Kojokin as well. To our very last story, we are looking at Fancy Gadam, and once again, Kojo's favorite friend at the moment. Fancy Gadam was on CTV, that is Class Showbiz, and during our conversation, he talked about finishing with his 10th anniversary concert in Tamale, and that there are so many plans for him to come to Accra to do it. Now, he's thinking about two things, and I'm going to my people for advice. I want to put it to them that Fancy Gadam will be watching this video, and I want to pick their advice. Now, these are the two options Fancy Gadam is having. The first option is that he has played at the Bukom Boxing Arena, I think about 2 times. And in all, he failed the auditorium or the venue. Therefore, his 10th anniversary celebration here in Accra, he's thinking about if he would go there, he would have to do the show more than once. Because anytime he does the show once, some of the fans come, and because the place becomes extremely full, they are not even allowed to enter. So what he wants to do is, if I really want to do it at a Bukom Boxing Arena to satisfy my people, then I have to run the show 2 times, 25th of December and 26th of December, 2 times in a row. Remember, Wizkid also did 3 times in UK. That's at the O2 Arena, where he played first day, second day, and third day non-stop, back to back. So this is what he's thinking about doing. Or he plays it once at the Accra Sports Stadium. These are the 2 options Fancy Gadam has put out. And like I'm saying, because my people are industry gurus, they understand the ins and outs of the industry, I want them to advise Fancy Gadam. Which of these options should he go for? Play the Bukom Boxing Arena 2 days in a row, which will still be news enough, or play the Accra Sports Stadium and fill the numbers that he can. Let's go listen to exactly how he said it when we come back. I'll get the views of my people. Then we run away from here. Thanks for
Now, I've also heard that you are saying Accra Bukom Boxing Arena is also small for you currently.
Yes.
Your next shot in Accra. Now, I've also heard that you are saying Accra Bukom Boxing Arena is also small for you currently.
Yes.
Your next shot in Accra is going to be at the Ohinijan Sports Stadium. That is Accra Sports Stadium.
Initially I was thinking selling it out 2 times, the Bukom. Like I'll do 25th, 26th.
Oh, wow, back to back.
Yeah, that was what I was planning to do. So it is either I do 2 days or I go to the sports stadium. This is the final thing myself and my team have planned. It is either I come out with a date, 25th, 26th.
The same place.
The same place.
Like Whiskey did in London.
Yes. And I'm not saying if I told you I didn't go to say at the brand or at the yard. They didn't wait. The first day they didn't wait.
They just want to confirm.
Oh, confirm. When is the date? Then they also start planning. And it will shock you that I can even do that without putting any artist on bill.
Yeah.
When I'm doing show at the book, I don't put anybody. It's just fancy Gadam. But I'm not the only one who is going to entertain the fans.
Yeah.
I make sure I bring people who can entertain them very well.
So you are yet to decide whether
you see that
you are doing 2 days or going to
the sports stadium. Which one do you want?
Because I want you to make a record, I wish you go to the sports stadium.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, I want to make a record because
yes, I feel like
I want you to make a record because the Bukom Boxing Arena, you've done it.
Three times.
Yes.
Yeah,
so even if you do it 2 times, it will still not be shocking. Because it's 4,000. You can do it.
They call me.
Yeah, they can call you already.
I said, God.
But are you aware Accra Sports Stadium is 40,000?
Oh, I know. No matter how I get the numbers, I know it's gonna be, encouraging. Whether I feel it up or I don't feel it up, I know say half of the sports stadium there I will get out.
To a field.
It'll go fill up and full up. Because Kojo's best friend has spoken, I want Kojo to speak first as well. Kojo, which of these options would you advise Fancy Gadam to go for? 2 days in a row at the Bukom Boxing Arena or one big one at the Accra Sports Stadium?
Okay, so he's been filling the Tamale Sports Stadium. Which I say, no. The English is not sounding well for me. When you say I fill the stadium means 20,000 capacity. And the Bukom, that one day, he has done it over and over again. Doing it twice is fine. But for him to beat his own records, because he's been seen as that artist who has conquered the north. When it comes down to the south too, he shows that yes, the people are there. He has done the National Theatre, done the Bukom Arena. The next place will be the stadium. And I want to believe he can do it. Not maybe filling the whole stadium, because this one is way bigger than the Tamale Sports Stadium. If he hasn't pulled 20,000 to the Tamale Sports Stadium, you wouldn't expect him to conquer 40,000. But there's a way he can do it if probably he want to lower the rates. Probably if you are charging like 10 cedis, because it's 40,000 we are looking at. If you charge 10 cedi and you get the 40,000, 400,000 Ghana cedis. It's not a small money. So, or even 20 cedis. So if he reduce the rate, he can get more numbers, and he shouldn't lose sight of adding other musicians to it. It is your event. Yes, we know your people will come, but the point is, if you are looking into filling the stadium, at the end of the day, still it will be tagged as a Fancy Gadam concert. So if he can get some artists here who are also influential in the south to add to it, and the target should be that we are making good use of the space over there, because more people more money. If you lower it and you get more people to come and fill the stadium, you are widening your revenue than to charge maybe 50 cedis and you get around maybe 10,000 people. If you reduce it to 20 cedis and you get 25,000 or 30,000, your revenue will be more. So I want to believe the records that he has set for himself. It is no doubt that Fancy pulls numbers. So now the next thing is to multiply the numbers, to double the figures. Now we know your fan base. The venues that you have played now, Bukom Arena is 4,000. So if you play 4,000, I'm not sure the next event, a total new set of people will come. Some people will come the first day and will come the next day as well. So definitely, are you looking at a new set of people who were unable to enter? The spillover. That is why you are intending to play twice. But I'm assuring him that people who've enjoyed the first show and come enjoy the second one as well.
No, even when this one, there were people that which patronized the first show.
And exactly. So if that is the case, you wouldn't be able to ascertain that, okay, I could have garnered about 8,000 people, but because the venue takes 4,000 and excess of 4,000 couldn't make it, then why not look for a bigger venue so that you can bring them all at a go? So that is why the stadium will be convenient for him now, and also to also test that. And because in Tamale he's been given a section, the section that he's been parking in Tamale. At least he could park the same section at the Accra Sports Stadium. So he shouldn't do it twice. A lot of factors will come to play. What if the next day there will be rain or unforeseen circumstances can happen? So why not bring them at a go? And we know he hasn't played at the Accra Sports Stadium before. And that supremacy that is saying that hey, other musicians can't do it. He should do it for them to know that, hey, I am the one done enough. When I come to staff, I'm still the one done. Yes, but if whatever he will do here, yes, it can prove that he is still a don in Accra as well. So I will recommend the Accra Sports Stadium for him. He should reduce the rate and also maybe get one or two artists here to support.
Well, so another task has been given to Gadam natives. Kojokin also thinks that the stadium should be the ish. Let's see how they respond to this. Roland will speak finally on this. Ro.
As I mean, I also agree he should do the Accra Sports Stadium, and especially if he wants to do it in December, because of these factors. You know, December is very packed, but I don't agree with Kojo when he says he should lower the rates. You see, December is very packed, all right, and in order to save yourself certain stress, Fancy Gadam has to do just one show. I am looking at it from this angle.
Explain why you disagree.
Says he shouldn't.
Give your reason.
That's what I'm coming to. So, Fancy Gadam has some sort of relationship in the south. That is, he even has collaborations with other people and other connections with the people in the south. And whenever he plays his show at the Bukom Boxing Arena, sometimes I check his lineup or supporting artists. The acts that probably are on the shows, and most of them are his people
from the north.
Yes, when I say his people from the north, like, and some are even here, even though they have that connection with him at the north. So if he's able to expand that to the extent of inviting people that he has relationship with in the south, it will also help him in maintaining his rates. It happened to Shatawale when he did a show. Shatawale, I would say Fancy Gadam command almost the same numbers or the same kind of love like Shatawale. And if Fancy Gadam says that I am inviting Shatawale to my show, if Fancy Gadam is saying I am inviting Shatawale to my show, and he's charging, let's say, 20 cedis, the fact that Shatawale is coming is also another extra value to the rate you are charging, which will contribute to you upping your rate to about 30 cedis. And if he was able to charge 30 cedis at like in Tamale, then I think he will be able to charge 30 cedis if he invites or he expands his reach from the supporting act, which only constituted his people, to including the people in the south as well. It will help him maintain that 30 cedis and 50 cedis even rate, which is why I think he should maintain his rate if he does.
Okay.
Let
me. You didn't get it.
What just fear is that here he is looking for increased numbers. So if you're able to do 30 cities in Tamale and you got 50, do maybe 20 cities in Accra and see if you can get 80 or 100.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm
let me. You didn't get my angle. You see, in pricing, okay, when you are doing an event and you are pricing, you also consider the seats, the number of seats when you are doing your calculations. Yeah. Every price that you give, aside your cost and everything, you need to consider the number of seats. Yeah. So we are looking at, okay, how will I get empty seats? If you get an empty seat, it's a loss to you. And when you are playing at a more bigger venue, you need to consider your prices. Or the whiskey show that you were talking about, where he played in the O2, about 20,000. If it were to be a lesser venue, or in terms of capacity, would have charged more, because you need to make yes. But if it is 20,000, the rate need to come down, so that majority of people, if you charge 30,000, 30 cities, and you get about 15,000 people, and you are losing about 15,000 seats. Almost 25,000 seats are empty. So look at the 25,000 seats empty, and you drop it down, because this is common demand and supply factors. When the prices are low, you get more people to come.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that Fancy Gadam at the Bukum Boxing Arena is able to command 4,000. Okay, let's say he's bringing 4,000 people to the stadium. If Fancy Gadam says, I am inviting Shatawale to my event, or Shatawale will be passing through my event, come on. And if Shatawale says, I am bringing an extra 2,000, we know it will be different from
Shatta will bring more than
yes.
that. Yeah.
So let's say Shatta is bringing 2,000. If indeed we are looking at driving numbers, and these two people are people that drive crazy love. They drive crazy love to the extent that from 20 to 50, these fans will pay. Fancy Gadam charged 200 cedis. The last event he did at the Bukum Boxing Arena was 50 cedis and 200 cedis. The place was packed.
Capacity.
It is still 4,000. No, it is still 4,000. That's why I'm saying that. Assuming he even drops it, I'm not saying he should drop the 30 cedis. I am saying he should either maintain the 30 cedis and or not to drop it. That's what I'm saying.
That argument sorted. Now let's still get your opinion on where he should go to.
Yes. It is still the stadium. It should be the stadium because of the whole how do you call it, packed situation during December, if he wants to do it in December, because he was mentioning the 25th and 26th. And we know 25th he stands some strict competition with the likes of Sarkodie, because Sarkodie will be doing Rapaholic on 25th.
Whose fan base are entirely different from Fancy Gadam's fan base.
Exactly. But then it is still music fans that we are talking about, and these fans, they are what we call floating fans, who even the day Shatawale had his event at the stadium and Sarkodie did his at the Grand Arena, I saw posts of people online who were at Shatawale's show and also were at Sarkodie's show. It's like that. I for one was at Shatter's show and also Sarkodie's show. It is like that. Some people would want to do some of these things like that, and it is allowed. We are all serving the same kind of fans, so sometimes people would want to see whatever is going on at which particular point, and you can't even read their mind to know that, oh, as soon as you'll be going to this show or my show. which is why sometimes you need to be very open when you are making some of these plans. You need to put out some of the negative aspects when you are making some of these plans. So because he is facing strict competition from the likes of Sarkodie and other people who would also host their events during that time, I would want him to do it at the Accra Sports Stadium so that it will be done once and for all. So that it will be done once and for all. That's what I would wish he would do. So that he can get the help. You know, one thing that the likes of Fancy Gadam are not. One thing that the likes of Fancy Gadam and his people are losing is that, you see, some of these things don't only go a long way to help you when you are doing events, but it even also cements the connection that he has lost in the South that I have been talking about. You see, when we are calling for the Global Citizen Festival stage, the Afro Nation stage, and the other stages that these guys are playing. And you see, when King Promise hosts his Promised Land in December, we will have some kind of artists who would appear on that stage. And these artists will go and support Sarkodie same way on his stage. These same artists will be supporting about 5 to 10 artists same way. And these are artists that Fancy Gadam would wish to have certain form of connection with. So if Fancy Gadam is able to do that show one day, and is able to stay in Accra for about 2 or 3 weeks, he will have that ample time to even honor other people's stages to build that connection. So it wouldn't be only a success for him, but it will also be some kind of bragging right to the fact that,
for the whole brand,
yes, I was able to put up my show, have a successful show here, and I was even here to support some of these people. Because as it stands, the only person that I can say Fancy Gadam has some strong connection, or the only people, is Mona For Real and Shatawale. These are the people that when they are hosting their shows, I can predict that Fancy Gadam will grace their stage. But we have more people in the South that Fancy can connect to, which is why some people some of us would love to see him or his name being mentioned during one of these events. Because if he blesses King Promise's stage, and King Promise is being invited to a certain stage like the Afro Nation or the Afro Chella, there is a likelihood that King Promise can say, oh, because I have a relationship, or I even have a collaboration with Asumesi, why don't you bring him, or why don't you even call him, or even tie him along with me so that he can support me on my stage? It happens with Sarkodie, it happens with all the guys. So I would wish he does it at the Accra Sports Stadium, because of the first one being that he will be able to do it once and for all, and not stress, because 2 days is a lot of stress, and he's doing everything by himself, kind of.
But at the Accra Sports Stadium too, have we considered the budget restraints for him? Because the Accra Sports Stadium, if you are doing an event there, beyond the budget, the human resource you even need is no joke.
Yes.
The number of people you need to even man the gates, the checkpoints, security.
I would want to think that.
Do you think the expenditure that he's supposed to put in to do a show at the Accra Sports Stadium will be worth it?
Oh, I think it will be worth it. You see, before, when you look at his track record, this is somebody that started from a 300 capacity auditorium, did it back to back to the extent that he even recorded some casualties at the venue. Now had to move to a bigger venue like 800 to 1,000, and had to do it back to back. So I think gradually he has grown in that aspect to know his strengths and weaknesses, even in terms of spending. He always brags that he's one of the artists that has done expensive free shows. So this, he knows even the expenditure when it comes. But I mean, flying or moving equipment or logistics from Accra, even to Kumasi, is no joke. It's no joke. And for him to employ some of these things all the way from Accra to the north, he always says this, that most of his logistics are from Accra.
Expensive free show.
Very, very expensive. So if you put all these calculations together, even the transportation moving the logistics from here to the north would even serve as some sort of package, even when he's organizing his show in the Accra Sports Stadium. I think he has weighed his cost, he has weighed his strength, and he knows how to bear these kind of costs. That is why he has the power to say that I can either do it. And I think doing it even 2 days at the Bukum Boxing Arena in terms of expenditure would even match up, can even match up to that of the Accra Sports Stadium, because whatever you do twice here, the stadium has double of that same effort. So you still pull through.
Well, this is the challenge to all Gadam natives. And yesterday, when Fancy Gadam was talking about this, he said his people don't want to be dead. So if you dare them, they are also going to show you Tafia.
So let's see how
best. Yeah, let's see how best they can pull this off. We are waiting, and we also want to wish him well. Congratulations to him for 10 years. It is no joke. He has done so well. I'm saying thanks to Kojo King, thanks to Roland Amate, thanks to my producers, the guitar Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Yao Lapiji, Gideon Neelam Tessin, and to you as well. I'll see you in London if by God will we are still alive by weekend and work will still be happening. So make sure that you link up. Make sure that you continue to watch Sammy Flex TV because we have more for you right here in Ghana. Sammy Flex, good night.